Okay, so this guy's basically just a rage baiter where he says they don't have speed. Electrons literally go a set speed of 2,200 kilometers per second in their orbit. You can look this up, it's in textbooks, it's everywhere. The fact is, if you really think about how fast they're going, okay, you're gonna have to realize that it's, again, 22 quadrillion times the width of an atom in a second. So if you think about 22,000 electron echoes around an atom, well, actually, it's not that much. It's well, it's more near like a couple quadrillion. Anyway, the point is you end up with an extreme amount of what is basically persistence of vision, where the light can bounce off of any given moment that the electron has existed because it went so fast, its physical image doesn't actually move yet. That is the thing that happens when you're scanning an electron. This is possibly my most favorite picture of an example of an electron in its orbit. There are all of these tiny little dots representing each and every electron in the orbit. This is an even bigger scale than this other one and this other one. Okay? So the thing is, this is just one phase of the electron in its motion. This is the entire range of phases that it can go through. Because if you notice, it's as if the electron is going around in circles, and then it zooms and zooms, because there are two different directions that it's going simultaneously. And it then goes sideways after changing this way, right? And it does all these different modes of how all of the different echoes correspond with each other, and sometimes they are combined all in one area because of that's how their motion dictates how they can be. Notice how it's all synchronous with equal on opposite sides, because it cannot. Like, even if you have 6, the maximum is straight across, very tightly wound, and then sideways, tightly wound, with slight variance as they change from one format to another format, because that's the distribution of where it was during its path as it goes around and then circles back the other way and goes around again. All of this stuff happens to an electron, and it's crazy. This is an even different example, which shows individual electrons as these tiny little dots, and you can see all the individual electrons within a shell. This is a single set of electrons, right? You can't just say they don't have speed. Electrons are known for going stupid fast. Light goes 148 times faster than an electron in its orbit. You shoot an electron out of a gun, it goes crazy fast. Now, the reason why you don't intuitively think an electron can go super speed around a very tiny area is because you don't imagine the tiny amount of area having that much attractive force to it. But the protons and the neutrons create a certain area with with the radius in the center, and then the electrons are just whizzing around in up and down squiggly motions. They keep on changing direction very slightly. This isn't my best video. I have better videos where I have better audio and everything. But the thing is, you can't just say things like this. And generally, I'm only talking to you. Everyone else already knows that electrons go at speed. They're not actual. The problem is some people think that they are probability waves. And that's just not how this works. You could use probability to try to estimate where it might be, but there are ways that you can just determine exactly where the electron is and where it will be. We're just not using our heads very much. But also you have to think about this. A quadrillion of anything in a second is hard to keep track of. The best camera we had for the longest time was 1 billion frames per second. You need to go another 1,000,000 times faster to be accurate enough to see an electron properly moving. We only recently accomplished this with X-rays. So yeah, they're not just little packets of energy moving in waves of probability. That's a science tool to try to help people do the math right. And that's it. Simulations. That's not about reality. Reality is, it is in an orbit. It's just so fast that it's like, and it's so many times per second, you can't see where it has been and where it is. Like, you know where my fingers start and stop, but basically they're in all these different positions. And if I were to be going 1,000,000 times faster than that, you'd be like, and you wouldn't be able to tell where it is. There's no difference between all these different positions where it is. But then if you go even 1,000,000 times more faster than that, it's like barely even noticeable. And it shows up as this weird cloud, right? And it has these different distributions of where it has been, where it coalesces. It's something that you gotta learn from anime. Ironically, they got that right. Persistence of vision is where something is going so fast, light bounces off of it, even if it's in those other spaces, not just where it lands. They got that right about electrons, only it's quadrillion per second. You only see maybe 10 echoes for an anime protagonist. Try 500 trillion in a tiny space. That's reality. And when I get better and I have my voice back, I'll make another video about it if I have to, but I don't. I've already said it. I don't know why I'm making this video, except for to say, you're wrong. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. You can still figure out the math. You can still have all the different probabilities and concepts of the idea. But if you don't understand the basic, like the actual fundamental ways that these things operate, you'll go and get things wrong eventually. Unfortunate for you, but whatever. How about it?